what up? It's your boy Guru back with a new video, and today we are going to look at the VK2801 Tier 6 light tank from the German tech tree. You're going to enjoy this tank. You're going to enjoy this video. So remember, if you're here for the first time, especially, please consider subscribing and turning on your notifications. It helps out my channel a lot, and if you're going to learn something from this video, which I guarantee you will, please give this video a like. Again, let me thank you in advance for it. It really helps out my channel a lot. Now, this tank is tech tree. That means you can grind it for free. It's accessible to everyone. Now, this tank is not what it used to be. In the past, it used to have a derp gun, and it was most popular for it. People played it for the memes. It was a really fun tank. Not like it's not a fun tank now, but it's grown up a little bit and it's become a little bit more serious. I prefer myself the derp gun. It was really funny to derp around, shoot people in the face. It was really funny. And there was a guy that had an entire channel dedicated to the VK2801. I'm gonna link it in the description below. This guy's name is Tazilon, and he had a YouTube channel that was completely dedicated to the 2801. The last video he made was like 2 years ago, so if you don't mind watching videos from like more than 2 years ago, you're still gonna learn something from this guy because he was really good at playing the VK2801. But anyway, here we are. When you're running this tank, you're usually going to run the vertical stabilizer, optics, and gun rammer. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the vertical stabilizer, optics, and gun rammer. If you are running a gun rammer in this tank, you're gonna get the reload. The reload time, by the way, it's 3.84 seconds. It is really quick. It's not as quick as a Type 64 or a T52, of course. Those guys reload under 3 seconds, but 3.84 is very, very respectable. And if you run a gun rammer into it, you will get it down 10%, which means 3.23 seconds. That's really quick. You don't need 3.23 seconds, in my opinion. 3.23 is too quick. I mean, you don't need it. It's quick. You don't need it. What I suggest is a ventilations. Ventilation is like air conditioning for World War II tanks anyway. It'll bring your reload time down from 3.84 seconds to 3.52, which is like 2.2 seconds slower than if you had a gun rammer. You know what I mean? But the advantage of running vents in this tank is you will have slightly better view range, like 11 meters more view range. You have slightly better dispersion, 0.33 dispersion instead of 0.34 if you run a rammer. So everything else improves slightly, but you sacrifice 0.2 seconds of reload time if you use vents. So my option is always to run vents in this tank, because the vents, although you're going to slow down your reload a little bit, 0.2 seconds, but you're going to gain a little bit more, like when you're shooting on the move, when you're your view range 11 extra meters means you're going to spot some other light tank a bit quicker than you would. Now, you saw me being aggressive here, although this is a light tank, but you got to remember this light tank is one of those light tanks that have armor. Not a lot of armor, but more armor than a Type 64 or a T52. The hull armor is 50 frontally. Back in the day, this tank was also known to be able to have ramming qualities. It still has those qualities. You can ram other light tanks and tank destroyers. Don't ram medium tanks and heavy tanks, of course, but tank destroyers and other light tanks, you are welcome to do it because it's a lot better. It's got more armor. You can take them out, do a bit of damage. Aim time is a lot better than a Type 64. It's 1.82 seconds aim time. Of course, like I said, if you're gonna run vents, it's gonna be slightly better aim time if you're gonna run vents, right? How much better? Let me check. If you run vents instead of rammer, you're gonna get 1.67 seconds of aim time, really quick, almost as good as a T50-2 if you have that tank. You know what I'm talking about. That means I'm talking about really snappy gun, accurate, quick aim time. You can basically, mobility is the same as any other light tank. You're gonna get a lot of speed, 65 kilometers an hour, not as fast as the Type 64, which is 72, but not that much slower either. The kind of terrain resistances is the same as the Type 64, no difference there. But in terms of gun handling, you're gonna get gun handling. The dispersion is better than a Type 64, and the kind of dispersions you get is the same as a Type 64 or a T52. You can basically turn your turret, turn your hull, aim, shoot, and you probably hit it within under 2 seconds, no problem. Look at me here, I'm moving. Well, that was a bad shot by me. That wasn't the dispersion's fault. I just missed the spot there. But what I'm trying to say is, shooting is not a problem in this tank if you have like good reflexes and you can point your mouse to the correct direction every time. You're gonna hit the targets most of the time. Now obviously I'm not that great of a shooter. You saw me miss a couple of shots there, not because of the dispersion's fault, but it was because of my mouse over fault. So that was my bad. But you can see me being really aggressive in this tank. In fact, if you look at the results at the end of the game, I'm not going to get any kind of spotting damage because I'm not the one actually doing any kind of spotting. I'm the one doing all the damage. And that's exactly what this tank does. You spot, you try to help out. You don't try to take on anyone one-on-one, especially in a Cromwell. The only reason why I'm taking on this Cromwell here is because he is preoccupied and there is another guy trying to help us out to, you know, eliminate him. Otherwise, if I was in a 1v1 situation with a Cromwell, I would probably rip. So that's not a good idea, trying to take on a Cromwell or something like a very combat capable medium tank. It's not a good idea. But if you're helping a mate out, if you're helping a friend out, you should absolutely do that because this tank is capable of doing that. You are in a position to do that. It is not a problem for you to help out, so that's what you need to do. Be an aggressive supporter, be an aggressive scout. That's what this tank is designed for. This is not the kind of light tank that you put binocular telescopes on and try to hide in the bush, although you can do that, but I would recommend you being a lot more aggressive, being a part of the game and doing as much damage as you can. This is more of a
surprise, motherfucker.
Active light tank than a passive light tank. You tend to be a little bit more aggressive. Now I died there, yeah, too bad, but we do end up winning this game. I do end up finishing on top. We end up winning this game by capping. I don't know why we should cap. You can see we have a lot of capable tanks, very healthy. They could have been a little bit more aggressive. If your team isn't being aggressive, you've got to be the one that's going to be aggressive because you're in a VK2801 now. Once again, like I said, we won this game, and if you want more information and if you want to watch someone else playing this tank and teaching you how to play this tank, please click on the link in the description below to that video channel of Tazilon of NA server, and there's a lot of videos in the VK2801 there. So enjoy yourself. Thanks for watching. If you like this video and you learned something, please give it a like. Once again, thanks for watching, thanks for supporting, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.